Good evening everybody, welcome to the Apex Online Racing GT3 League. This is the Tier 2 lobby, and you join us just as the drivers are beginning their fast laps. So we will try as best we can to cover all the drivers and NSX going right across the road and taking out Andu. This is just qualifying. Was that? It was not Deuce, who is running around in... Everyone's getting very messy tonight. I'm thinking some people may have not had time to make some setups. Who was the NSX? It was Andu that he pushed off track. That's the Porsche. It's twice into the Lamborghini. 650S. Storm's ECS. Ah, Phantom Hamster it was that lost it going into turn 2. Let's say 2. It looks like taking out the Mercedes. We have some times coming in. Stephen Carey topping the tables in this first bout in the Lamborghini Huracan. Then behind him Stormzy Sied in the Ferrari, looking to make an impact on the series very quickly indeed. Lonya in third currently. Deuce running very high up the field in that Demon Twix Lamborghini. Good effort from him. We still do have 5 drivers yet to set a time, but that is boding quite well for his chances. Moto X now jumped up to 3rd place in this qualifying session. Missing that first apex and tightening up very nicely for the second. Absolutely beautiful way to take that. Jesse, it looks like, yeah, abandoning a lap. It looks like, yep, there we go. And Devil having a spin at the final hairpin. That won't do his times or his tyres any good. Stephen Carey, meanwhile, looking like a fair shout for pole at the moment at 1.4 basically seconds from him to the rest of the pack. Is very close behind him. Really close. If it weren't for that first place, we would have a very close pack. And then Ticklewish Picklewickle in the Janetta G55 tops everybody. Well played, mate. That was really pretty. Well done. And how is Nins doing? 11th place at the moment. Coming around to complete another lap. Can that push him any further up the grid now his tyres are warmer? No, he stays 11th for the time being. Andu, it seems, is either making some setup changes or he's given up on the session. With 8 minutes to go, we may well see him out for another lap. 9th place isn't the best place to be. Ticklewish Picklewickle. Oh no, Stephen Carey has topped the tables. Ticklewish Picklewickle is coming out in response for another lap, overcooking it into the hairpin exit of the pit lane. Getting nice and out of the way. Stephen Carey running off the road in avoidance of Ticklewish Picklewickle. For what reason I can't think of. So let's just run through the cycle of a qualifying session. So what Ticklewish Picklewickle will be doing right now is weaving across the track, riding the brakes every now and then, getting the brakes and the tyres all up to temperature where they need to be for him to set his fast lap. He will probably have about 3 laps worth of fuel on, which means, fortunately, because this is a sim race, he has 2 fast laps before he needs to really panic about fuel. Down towards the final sector, dip with a square right in the middle, and we will ride on board with him as he turns through the final hairpin over the over the start finish line down towards turn 1. There isn't a single corner on this track that isn't iconic. Braking for turn 2, a flat right-hander which you have to feed in very carefully. The gravel on the outside is just waiting for you. Turn 3, again a breath on the brake and just feather the throttle to keep it balanced. Then turn 5. Again, a nice bit of camber on there. Yes. That looks like Ticklewish Picklewickle is having some network issues. That is a shame. I need to remind myself of what this driver's name is again. I can't just keep on calling him the Russian. Yep, Ticklewish Picklewickle is... Let's try that again. With the Russian. Down towards the Andretti hair. Try that again. Very early apex by this driver in the Lamborghini, hitting both rumble strips on the inside, thankfully, but fairly aggressive driving style. Right to the very outside of the curbs there. Down into turn 5, braking at what looked like the 200-metre mark. Four-wheel drifting through the apex of there. Turn 6, again, stab on the brake. Oh, very wide, only just keeping it on the track there. Now up towards the corkscrew. 7, 8, 9. You can take that a number of ways and still take it have it just as quick. Then fall down the hill, down towards 10. Stamp on the brake, make sure that you keep the car nice and flat and level and safe. Last corner, final hairpin. Get the foot down, planted as quick as you can, and across the line will keep him where he is. Ooh. By the looks of it, that was a Nintz having issues at the Andretti hairpin. Good to see. Looks like, again, coming out of the pits seems to be an issue for all of these drivers. May have to drop the bit rate down slightly. It seems that YouTube can't take the pure awesome of my new streaming settings on a consistent basis. That said, we're doing very nicely now. Stephen Carey in the Lamborghini comes across the line once again. See if he improves at all. No, it seems we've kind of hit a peak as far as how the traffic is ebbing and flowing and the drivers can actually get the times in. Psycho not set a time yet. I wonder if that is through him not being able to get set down, or maybe just not have the gap in the traffic. Tickwish Picklewickle following a bright yellow man filters Mercedes. Remains second for the time being. A Russian driver. What else is? Let's have a look slightly further down. So Melania coming across the line. Looks to have had a bit of an accident by the shape of that roof, unless that was just a reflection of the in the sun. Ooh, that wasn't a Ferrari appearing on the exit of the Andretti hairpin. That's not going to be a nice netcode issue to deal with. Ooh, Melania going very wide on the run up towards the hairpin. The corkscrew. Taking it very safe, not troubling the curbs at all through there. That is a driver who is not trusting in his car yet. Absolutely. Jesse Gaming looking to improve his lap times. Knocking over the line marker. I think that was the 100-foot marker. Oh, this really is a fantastic track. The relative innocuousness of this first sector only makes for a more interesting rest of the lap as they come out of here at turn 5. It just starts to build up. That dip at turn 6 can absolutely ruin your lap if you run a little bit too wide. And then up to the corkscrew, the place to make or break your lap. It has taken so many drivers and cars out of races, and still remains a formidable challenge and absolutely a staple of this track. We watch Jesse come across the line. Will he improve his time at all? He will, all the way up to 10th place from 15th. Very good effort from Jesse there. As we look to our timing sheets, Nintz comes across the line, remains 14th. Thomas D66, Psycho still. No, he has come out of the pits now. What can he do? Coming up and over. Got 50 seconds left of the session. Thomas D will come across the line in a moment. Can he progress any further up the grid? 16th is the best that he can do. Fantastic effort, mind you. Psycho is now coming into the last hairpin. And what can we see from this bright red Ferrari of course. We'll find out in a second, won't we? So, yeah, that was just a warm-up lap. So, your positions to start will be Stephen Carey, Ticklewish Picklewickle, the Russian, Deuce, Twice, Brezenchik, Enton, MotoX, Andu, Jesse Gaming, Stevo, Stormzy, Jack Game, Nintz, Wagner, Thomas D66, Mlonia, Phantom Hamster, Devil, Clace, Lambo and Psycho bring up the rear. That is going to be a very interesting push from the back of the grid for Psycho by the looks of things. Going to take this opportunity for a second just to pause the stream and take the bitrate down a tad, see if YouTube likes it a little bit more. Give me a moment. And we're back. Didn't miss a thing. All the drivers getting their setups ready. We'll have a look at Psycho from the back of the grid and look at his chase camera. Look at that for a formidable field of GT3 cars. And I'm sure Psycho is psyching himself up, pun really not intended, for the adrenaline rush that is going to be turn 1, coming down into the Andretti hairpin at this iconic circuit. So we just need to wait a couple more seconds. And also noteworthy, a lot of people, everybody was very clean with their pit exits, so we haven't seen any penalties applied, which is fantastic to see. Just get things going. There we go. And we are ready to go. Now, as always, we will be starting this race with an AOR warm-up lap. Basic premise behind this being that the cars right now are running at their absolute optimum. As far as the game is aware, everything that the cars are at right now is exactly what they need to be. But a lot of the conditions change as we go to different tracks. And the smaller temperature changes, like in the tyres and the brakes and that sort of thing, will vary a lot from race to race. And some drivers, myself included, like to run their cars at different settings. They like to run with the tyres a little cooler, the brakes a little hotter maybe, that sort of thing. So what this lap does is it allows all of our runners here tonight to get the cars set up as they want them to be. You'll notice there was not a lot of warming of tyres going on. It's probably because this track is very abrasive and very, very hard on tyres. The Ginetta of Ticklewish Picklewickle just dropping back a bit, maybe getting a bit of space between him and the leader as the GT3s storm towards the corkscrew. What a fantastic sight. And here they start to form up 2 by 2. This is something that you should be starting to recognise. Rolling pit stop, rolling race start for these 20 cars. We look further down the grid as the pack all compresses up, just to make things extra difficult. There you go. Just to make things extra difficult, there is a hairpin to factor in, and Psycho sitting way back. He's not going to get into formation, it looks like. Stephen Carey has put his foot down very, very early, has got an enormous gap, 0.8 seconds coming across the line. That's an enormous jump from Ticklewish Picklewickle, who has the Lamborghini tucked up behind, and then the Russian. Looks like Deuce has actually overtaken that McLaren to take 3rd place. Side by side, coming through turns 2 and 3. Enton having the inside line over Jesse Gaming, but Jesse able to make the outside line work. Pulls in. Now it's Enton's job to do the overtaking. Leading pack reasonably. Line astern. Stevo in the Ferrari. Just under a bit of pressure from the Lamborghini Vandu behind. And that's NSX of Phantom Hamster as well. Causing trouble again. Oi! And that was Thomas D getting a massive kick of oversteer and contact made on the turn, down turn 10 I think that was. Yep. Through the last hairpin, 3 abreast they go behind. Coming out of the hairpin, that was, I just had to hold my breath and hope that they were all going to make it out of that. That was a little bit crazy. It's turn 1, not the final corner, guys. Come on. A penalty for the Russian has just come in. Not seeing why though. 1 second penalty, I assume for track limits that will be. Back at the head of the field, they're just spacing out and giving themselves a bit of time to look. Who is that in the pits? That is Wagner? No, it's not Wagner. Oh, that was Monia getting very sideways in the Audi through turn 10. Enton is in the pits. We also have another car in the pits that I can't work out who that is. There's only Enton that I can see on timings that's in the pits. Blue Mercedes. That's so strange. Oh, it's not going to be up this end. Stephen Carey, meanwhile, is just a second gap back to Ticklewish Picklewickle. And the Ginetta, who is looking very handy at the moment. The front-engined rear-wheel drive nature of that car will be playing into his hands quite nicely here. Yeah, I have noticed we've lost a couple of drivers. I can't work out who that was in the pits though. Ginetta of Claes Lambo. Bring up the back of the field, and Wagner is running very slowly. What has happened there? He will... he's probably had a... No, that's really very slow. I wonder what's going on there. Is he just... Okay, I'm not gonna look at that. We're gonna look at more interesting things. Like Moto X with Brezinchik in front and Jesse Gaming behind. And it looks like, to me, that Jesse wants that position back. Through the corkscrew they go. Falling down the hill. The Lamborghini closes right up on the Audi. Not going to happen there, the straight's not long enough. But there is a bit of a train forming behind Moto X right now. Just the slightest hint of one. As the 100-foot marker gets blown to smithereens. Nintz is in the pits. I wonder what's occurring here. There's been quite a few early pit stops made. Tyres, fuel. No, just how very weird. That could well be a penalty. Unfortunately, I'm not able to see that all too well. Moto X having now dropped Jesse and dropped another marker on the side of the course. Looking at the back of that Porsche with envious eyes. Wanting to take that 5th place away from him. And the pace really seems to be with the Audi right now. But how much of this is Moto X using up his tyres? A very slight dive there. But I think that was more avoidance than it was a genuine desire to overtake. And there we go, the drive from the Audi, overdoing the Porsche. Not quite. Moto X takes a run up the inside, both of them giving plenty of space, which would be very nice. Dive up the inside again, never gonna happen. Performance differential isn't that high. Yeah, as I said in the warm-up lap, the tarmac here is very whoa. That was Andu by the looks of it. I wish I could rewind that. That was Andu by the looks of it, swerving into Jesse Gaming, who has come into the pits. Really very convenient timing for him. We're just going to keep an eye on this trio here as the BMW of Andu gives Ferrari space. Moto X, meanwhile, has spun coming out of turn 2. Probably got the throttle down a little bit too early. A very simple spin. Phantom Hamster in the NSX. By the looks of it, suffering with some problems. Meanwhile, both Andu and Stevo running wide off of turn 6. Stevo thinking discretion being the better part of valour, and letting Andu have the position going into the corkscrew. Meanwhile, the Russian was very strong last time out, now starting to put pressure on Deuce in the Demon Twix Lamborghini. This is a fight that is going to be brewing for a while. The performance difference between these two cars is not that high. hopefully we'll start to see some lapping going on. And meanwhile, having Steve-O drop off back, whether through an attack or just through natural pace. Two Ferraris running line astern behind. Will now put his eyes forward and focus on that yellow Porsche of Jack Game in front. Meanwhile, further down the grid, Enton putting pressure on Thomas D. Thomas very much feeling the pressure. The Mercedes goes up the outside coming down towards the corkscrew. That is going to give him better braking position, but he locks up. And can the Lamborghini go around the outside? That's... yes, apparently so. Position held for the time being for Thomas, but how much damage have they both done to their tyres trying to get that 12th position? Oh, Mercedes takes a massive dives up the inside. Thank goodness that Thomas actually saw that, otherwise there would have been a very, very big accident. Lamborghini jumping straight into the slipstream. There is an opportunity down at the Andretti hairpin should he have the braking performance. It looks like he does not, however. And that is the place gained by the looks of it. Andu still looking at the back of Jack Game. Suddenly with Steve-O slowly progressing back up towards the back end, and a little twitch from the BMW coming out of the corkscrew. That is why it is such a difficult corner to deal with. At certain points you have wheels entirely off the ground. Hopefully we'll be able to see that at some point soon. And the Ferrari, ever a nimble platform, slowly pushing in towards the back of that BMW now. Moto X is in the pits. What are we going to see here? It's a little too early for fuel, maybe? Wheels, yeah, that is gonna be some tyres. This track really has got an abrasive surface. I can't believe... there we go. I can't believe that it's that bad, though. We have got a Ferrari in the air by the looks of it. Thomas D. staring at the back of Enton once again. No, Moto X has dropped right back into the fray with Wagner. Eager to make up some places from where he was further up the grid, taking a very, very tight line coming out of turn 5. Nothing doing through here by the looks of things. Again, Wagner runs a little bit wide. The Audi stays on the track, and look how much traction there is. Moto X having to take evasive action because Wagner's braking so early. It's probably not going to happen through here either unless the Audi gets a load of traction around the outside of turn 10, and does, taking the Mercedes with ease by the looks of it. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing easy about that overtake. That corner is so simple when you stare at it, but it is so tricky when taken at speed. And it's not over for Wagner yet. He still has Jesse Gaming behind, ready to pounce. That enormous gaping mouth of the Lamborghini. tiny bit wide. And that is all the invitation that the Lamborghini needs. It's not going to happen yet. But Wagner learning from the mistakes of the last lap. Taking it nice and easy through the corkscrew. See if there's anybody. No, not had anyone saying they are wanting to interview. Unfortunately. Very nice if they did. Just the attack could come at any point, and I'm sure Wagner's well aware of that. And now he's looking in his mirrors a little bit more than he's looking at the road in front, not concentrating on his lines, and that is just going to let Jesse Gaming past even quicker. Not quite yet. Oh, okay. Stephen Carey is suffering network issues as well. Our leader freezing up. Oh boy. It has been a night of this, hasn't it? Wow. Wagner is jumped into the pits, allowing Jesse Gaming past. Sandy wants no more part of it. Meanwhile, Andu still looking at the back of that yellow Porsche for Jack Game. How is Enton doing? It looks like Enton's fending off the. You won't be doing it like that with gravel on your tyres. Juice dropping into the pits now. And this we are probably going to find is a genuine pit stop for tyres. I thought I caught that quick enough, unless it wasn't indicated quick enough. Is that so? That's Jack Game there. Where is Present Chick? Has a 5-second lead over the Porsche of Jack Game, and that's what 5 seconds looks like. That yellow Ginetta is not in the fight at all and is probably going to have to get out of the way very quickly, looking at the pace of these two. Ooh, the Porsche Jack Game sitting in the middle of the road through the corkscrew. Andu very eager to get past by the looks of it. Oh, and Jack's out braked himself and just let the BMW through, bereaving us of a fight for the position. Meanwhile, just in front is not. Looks like there are pit stops going on. That doesn't look like would have been Thomas D, unless it wasn't Psycho. Klaus Lambo is the yellow Ginetta. Is it Jesse Gaming? Jesse Gaming has dropped way down. Unless he's been in the pits twice. That would be a great shame for him. As all the cars run wide in the final hairpin, the tyres are probably just about starting to give up at this point. And I've got to keep an eye on performance to make sure it's not me that's causing the issues. Great. Jesse Gaming staring at the back of Phantom Hamster. Has Phantom Hamster been in the pits? That yellow NSX. Lamborghini has an enormous amount of straight line speed advantage over the NSX, driving around the outside, forcing Phantom Hamster to the inside. But he's not far enough over this time. The Lambo has had a good turn in. Oh! And that was a very big accident. Phantom Hamster, it seems, not seeing Jesse up the inside, pushing them both. There we go. Both getting back underway, but how much damage has that done? Can't see it. Meanwhile, Jesse Gaming now out on his own, having gained the position in not the nicest of ways. Thomas D again closing in slowly on Enton. Through the corkscrew, just looks so much more calm and composed compared to the Mercedes in front. How are we doing with penalties? At the moment, the Russian in third place has a second penalty. Juice has acquired himself a 2-second penalty. Moto X a second penalty. And that's all we've got for now. 3 retirees so far. I can't really tell you from the fantastic graphic that we have from the left here who they are, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we could, though. Psycho, meanwhile, inheriting a place from Phantom Hamster and I believed overtaking on merit from Devil. Demon Tweaks. Whose was the Demon Tweaks? There. The Deuce. Oh! Klaus Lambo outbraking himself and absolutely killing Psycho in the process. Dropping him out of the positions that he'd earned. Phantom Hamster, it seems, is getting hungry for more. I wonder if that was a mistake or on purpose by Klaus Lambo, though. Everyone's getting very messy in this race today. I don't know, maybe it's because it's Halloween tomorrow, they're all trying to spook each other. Ginetta getting slow off the corner. There we go. Side by side through turn 2 and then to turn 3. Phantom Hamster laying a wheel in the gravel, but if he can just keep, he can't keep the overlap, that's a shame. The Ginetta is very good in the straight line, the NSX is an absolute beast through the corners. But for whatever reason, Klaus is having serious issues with that Norwich. Cambridge built. I'm pretty sure it's Norfolk built. Oh, or Yorkshire. It's one of those days. Up the inside, Japan versus Great Britain, and Japan has won out in this particular race. Going to show that it's better to be good through the corners than down the straights. MotoX meanwhile, slowly reeling in. The gap has now halved from where it was at 0.6 to 0.3. And then out 0.7 again. Make a liar of me, why don't you? Still putting so much pressure, but Thomas himself is putting pressure on Enton, trying to hit all of his marks to get that 10th place and more points for the kitty pot, money pot, piggy bank. There you go. Thomas running very wide and MotoX running even wider. He was very lucky to keep that car rolling and not literally rolling. Going through there because that is some very deep gravel and digs your tyres in very quickly if you're not careful. Up towards the corkscrew again for the 20th time. Bouncing over those corners. Ginetta of Lambo, yes. Ginetta of Lambo sticking well out of the way. MotoX meanwhile looking all over the back of that Lamborghini, trying to find a way past. Mlonia is having a pit stop. And we'll see them drop down the field slightly. Oh, there's a slight touch from the Audi which pushes the Lamborghini wide. I would say that was a lot more fair than the other touches that we've seen, but the Lambo really quick through the chutes. He's going to outbrake him and get that position straight back. Horsepower being the... Whoa, that is some weaving going on from Thomas D, but realises what he's doing, restrains himself, takes the loss for the time being. There is still a long time left in this race. We are only halfway through right now. Well, we're not even halfway through yet. Thomas at the moment, got a little bit of clear air now. Having lost that space to MotoX. MotoX now putting pressure on Enton in the Mercedes. Audi really coming on strong. But Thomas now has some time to cool everything down. Tickwish Picklewickle in the pits. Oh. And he's missed his pit box. That is catastrophic for him. Reverse not the pit lane. We're not going to see that. That's a little bit ugly. But he did, in fairness, have the first pit box, so it's very difficult to get the lock on to get into there. MotoX meanwhile, really coming on strong now with that Audi. It is a very well balanced package. Just struggles sometimes in the power department, but power doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment. There's a slight touch as the Mazda comes right across in front of the Audi. That was a bit unfair from Enton. The Audi was there, and you don't come across in the braking area. But we will see for now behind them. That is Thomas D jumping into the pits as well as Nintz. Not Nintz. Nope, nope, nope. Come on, come on, come on. Where is that Lamborghini? Oh, it's Stephen Carey in the lead of this race. The McLaren comes across the line. Comes across the line now. I wish we could have split screen so that I could show you what's going on. Rush is going to take the lead in the 59 McLaren. And once again, we have McLaren leading the race, which is fantastic for everyone. Meanwhile, Brezenchik, 6th place. 3rd place now, sorry, in the Porsche. I would suggest we'll probably be needing to make a pit stop soon. Oh, no, he's still got 50 litres left. We don't know about their tyre wear, unfortunately, but we know that there's at least enough fuel there. Andu coming out of the pits. Pit stop done. 7th place retained by the looks of things. Meanwhile, Moto X and Enton as one coming out the final corner and across the line to complete their 23rd lap. We have lost another driver somewhere. That's upsetting. We still have a Phantom Hamster. We still have Devil. Lambo. That was from further up the grid. I just saw that disappear. That's worrying. If you're looking at that split from 2nd to 1st, you're about to see Moto X doing a fantastic manoeuvre on Enton there, forcing him to the inside to defend and trying to use the undercut to get an overlap through turn 6, but not working because the Mercedes was wise to it. Kept it on the inside on the exit of the corner, slowed them both up, but kept the position. But he may not have much of a choice coming down the hill towards 10. Stab of the brake, balance it out with the throttle and back out towards the final hairpin. That Audi is looking so strong. Little lock up there from Enton. Not going to do his tyres any help. As they come down towards turn 4. Oh, Audi gives the Mercedes an almighty shove up the back. That pushes him wide, and now there's an overlap, but the Mercedes again. That may have been Moto X letting off to be a little bit of a gentleman after that. Rather rude manoeuvre. Thomas D, meanwhile, looking at the back of Nins, going down the inside, Lamborghini versus Lamborghini. Nins going around the outside and off the track. That's not what you want to see. Gets back on cleanly, but now that will have dragged some gravel onto the track. Tut, tut, tut. You're going to mess up everyone's tyres now. Meanwhile, Phantom Hamster looking at the back of Psycho now. These two have already tangled in this race. And the Russian pits. But will he get out in front of Brezenchik? It doesn't look like it. If you had to play your money on something. Tickle Wish Pickle Wickle, our old second place driver, will come round and regain third place. But the Russian not keen on losing his positions. He's gonna see if he can get back past Brezenchik in the Porsche on the racetrack. Up and over the bump at 6, and then up the hill towards the corkscrew, under braking. That 650S still looks absolutely fantastic, however old the chassis is. It is up to the McLaren to get past the Porsche, and he dives into the pits. Brezenchik has had enough of the intentions of that McLaren. And is going to come out most likely around 8th or so. So maybe potentially right into clutches of Moto X. Very busy man today. Nintz, meanwhile, still trying to get past Thomas D. Tickle Wish Pickle Wickle in the Ginetta, meanwhile, is closing in on the McLaren. Two British built sports cars, two very different philosophies. The front engined rear wheel drive Ginetta, a thumping monster. So great a monster, in fact, they dragged him wide coming out of turn 6. And the McLaren, a carbon fibre tubbed ballerina's shoe with the power of Johnny Wilkinson on a good day. That may be a slightly dated reference. Turning into the final hairpin, getting the power down as early as they possibly can. Up and over the crest, down into the Andretti hairpin. Tickle Wish Pickle Wickle making a very wide line for that first corner, straightening up the second apex and allowing him to pull just that slightest bit closer. Assume the cars are equal on performance and pace, or rinse and repeat until you find that you are on the car's bumper. Nintz is just hovering on the outside of challenging for a position. Andu, meanwhile, looking at the back of Moto X, whatever form that Audi had just now seems to be fading slightly. Either that or Andu is just coming on that strongly. Is that even? Yeah, it's just a second out, but they're coming up to lap traffic, and this is going to be absolutely make or break for that McLaren. Oh, cars splitting as they see the leaders, car driving off the track, seeing the leaders coming past. But the cars can't disappear, they absolutely have to be running their own race as well. The Lamborghini, that looks like Nintz if I'm not mistaken. Yep. will hopefully jump right out of the way of that Janetta as well when it tries to come through. There we go. These cars being so close on pace, it really is very, very difficult to let traffic past without being without putting yourself at risk. And the charge from Ticklewish Picklewickle has just waned slightly with that traffic. So that is going to continue flashing up for us for the foreseeable future. Everyone just starting to settle down a little bit now. It only took 3/4 of the race. But we are getting a little sparse on the ground as far as drivers are concerned. Stephen Carey, meanwhile, running an exemplary race in first position over here. Seems to have driven away from the very beginning in that 93 Lamborghini with a comfortable 20-second lead now. Absolutely nothing to worry him. Meanwhile, having a look at timings, the Russian has got a second penalty. So again, we are in a position where all Ticklewish Picklewickle needs to do is get within a second of him over the finish line, and then he is going to have second place in the bag. It's fantastic to see. Deuce with a 2-second penalty, Moto X with a 2-second penalty. That could well make a difference when it comes to the BMW behind. Thomas D with a second penalty, but seems to be relatively on his own there. That's all we've got. A number of retirements plaguing this race. This track is a car and driver breaker. Reputation I see carries over really well from the real world. 2 wheels off the floor for Stephen Carey coming through the corkscrew. Just showing how much of a change in elevation, gradient, camber, everything. It's all crazy up at that corner. That's why people love it. And what we were saying before about TPW getting within a second, that he is almost. He does not need to pass that McLaren in the 12 laps that remain to get second place for the Janetta. All he needs is 2 tenths. 2 tenths and it's his. Done. Finished. It seems that Stephen Carey is just out of reach today. But a silver for a Janetta, we'll take that. Fantastic noise coming from these cars. Also varied. Again, bumping over the corkscrew there. Coming down into turn 10. This has been the scene of some horrific crashes over the years. Andu, meanwhile, looking at the back of Enton with envious eyes coming down into turn 5 once again. And turn 6. Maybe mounting a charge now up towards the corkscrew. What can he do against the form of that Mercedes? Keeping it all together across the line. Another lap falls. We are now under 10 laps to go. Yep. Meanwhile, so our... where were we looking just now? Andu, our 9th place drivers are just turning into turn 2 now. And that is your leader. Three, sorry, what's wrong? An absolutely exemplary run from Stephen Carey. Meanwhile, lapped cars leaping out of the way for the leaders. Lamborghini trying to unlap himself for some reason. TPW shrugs off the mysterious challenge and presses forward. What is this for Andu? Still in front of the leader just about, but that is a good thing for both these cars. It means they are not going to have to do the full race length if and when they get lapped. It's also a massive opportunity for Andu to get past that Mercedes that he has been following for quite a while now. Moto X, meanwhile, clattering through the corkscrew in pursuit of Breznicek once again. Audi and Porsche, family they may be, but family feuds are a common occurrence with this family. Mid-engined Audi seeming to have once again just the slightest bit more pace over the Porsche. And just a little bit more grip and a little bit more brakes. And that's all that's needed in this game of tenths. Round the beautifully banked turn 5, the dip at turn 6, cut in the corner massively there. The Porsche jumping off the road. It looks like Breznicek had... oh no. Ah, did they both get slowdown penalties? They both got slowdown penalties for cutting the corner. Ah, that's interesting. Good to see the race director doing his job. Not to be dissuaded, Moto X is now crawling all over the back of the Porsche. On the brakes through the last hairpin, what can he do with the extra traction that his tyres seems to have at the moment? He's got the overlap coming down into turn 1. Porsche is going to push him to the inside. They're going to make contact, but that was probably because the Porsche didn't know that he was there, and the pass is made fairly cleanly. Just some side-on-side contact for the both of them, and the pass is made. That will be 6th place for you, Moto X. Take that and run with it as you see fit. Probably somewhere towards deuce at the moment. A couple of places further back, Andu in that fantastically liveried BMW M6 continues to haunt just outside a second from Thomas D in front. And they too are looking to lap traffic as well in the form of mints by the looks of it. Across the start-finish line, gap's starting to open up now. I think simply because of the way everyone has their setups running. But we do only have 6 laps remaining. What more is there to give? Oh, Mercedes runs out wide. Sorry, the Ginetta runs out wide, slowing up the Mercedes, and what's gonna happen? Coming through there, BMW makes it around the outside of the Ginetta nice and clean. Good, good, good. Oh, a penalty it seems for our leader. 2 seconds. I mean, not gonna affect the overall result, but you know, 2 seconds. He's been clean the entire race, and in the couple of minutes, he manages to get 2 time penalties. Again, Moto X with that 2-second penalty equaling out Deuce's 2-second penalty in front. If Brezenchik was able to get within that time, he would absolutely be in the box seat for a position. Speaking of, Andu coming round turn 3, 4, down towards 5, still hovering just around the outside of that 1 second mark. He's got 5 laps to see what he can make of it. And then he's just got to make the fuel and the tyres last. Speaking of, how are you doing for... Oh, he's got plenty of fuel. Just going to run down the standings and make sure that everyone does have enough fuel. Stephen Carey is looking nice and healthy with... And he's not that healthy with 12 litres to go. Should be able to do it. Meanwhile, less healthy is the Russian in that McLaren, perhaps on fuel save mode slightly, which is why Tikuwish Bikawik with 15 litres can go full rich to the flag by comparison. Jack Game running significantly heavier, and Deuce, everybody else apart from Brezenchik, running quite a bit heavier. Thomas D, meanwhile, in 10th, looking fairly touch and go. Nins behind is looking nice and comfortable on the countdown to the flag. Melania equally. So we are looking at that that 650S. I think is the lowest of everybody. Jack Game running through the pits for some reason. So maybe the Russian has pushed just a little bit too hard and has given his fuel a bit of a thrashing. The cars do about 3 litres a lap of fuel, maybe slightly less here. I'll keep that speedo up and we'll keep an eye on what Tickwish Picklewickle does. So coming across for their 2 laps remaining, it may only be 1 lap actually. No, they won't have been lapped yet. 13.3, he's already in the 12s. And the McLaren in front is at 8.4. They may just get over the line, but I don't think they would have done that 44th lap. The McLaren, I don't think, would have. But it's really difficult to say. They are mostly very similar when it comes to fuel consumption. But the Ginettas, if I remember correctly, are very good on fuel. The Porsches are monstrously good on fuel. And you can make all of these GT3 cars last. You can drive with your pink fluffy slippers on. But the cars don't like it, the drivers don't like it, and it's just better for everyone if you don't. So these two will absolutely be doing another lap. Where is our first lapped car? So that was Jack Game. It looks like Enton is our first lapped car. So the top 7, by the looks of things, are what we're looking at for doing the full lap. Ticklewish Picklewickle has fallen back. And yeah, about 7 litres remaining now, so about 2.5 litres or so per lap, which means that... Oh man, the Russian is running so tight on fuel. He is going to be on fumes by the time they get back. Ticklewish Picklewickle, meanwhile, almost laughing by comparison. With a full 10 litres to use, he could run on the throttle the whole way around and still have the fuel left. But he's outside, he's well outside of that second window. Maybe the pace of the McLaren was just a bit too much for him. Ah, no, they're good. And they start their final lap. Let us dwell for a moment on the absolute decimation and a systematic devastation of the competition from Stephen Carey. There has been absolutely no question throughout this entire race who was in charge and who was taking that victory lest traffic get in the way. That is 7th place gone a lap down. There are only 6 cars on the lead lap, and that's not because these drivers aren't quick. It's because Stephen Carey has been in an entire other league today. Just hitting that 5 litre mark, coming round towards the final corner, and there really are no words. It's been an absolute masterclass from start to finish, taking the pole, taking the win, and just having everything in between absolutely covered from start to finish. Fantastic victory for Stephen Carey. Congratulations. And some donuts are in order. All over the gravel. Yep. It's okay, you don't need those tyres anymore. You can do it on the road. It won't be a problem. Second across the line will come the Garage 59 McLaren of the Russian, and only 2 seconds behind, so a second once we factor the time penalty into. Was that? Who was driving back up the? Who was driving back up the pit lane? Ah, Stephen Carey's having the time of his life. Meanwhile, yeah, these two running around on their cool down lap. Deuce in 4th place, a 30-second gap. But nonetheless, a brilliant 4th place over the line. And 5th place for Moto X. He will be absolutely ecstatic with that. Let me see who there is to talk to. And that is going to be the end of that race. So your final positions with penalties accounted for will be Stephen Carey will be coming home in 1st place, the Russian driver whose name I still can't remember, in 2nd. Ticklewish Pickle will be 3rd, Deuce 4th, MotoX 5th, Brezenchik 6th, Jack Games 7th, Enton 8th, Andu 9th, Nintz 10th, Mlonia 11th, Thomas D 66th in 12th, Jesse Gaming in 13th, Psycho 14th, Devil 15th, 16th it will be Klaus Lambo, and 17th will be Twice, who was disqualified apparently. Ah, that explains it. That's why he was sat in the pits but didn't appear on timing. So, a rather brilliant race. Not exactly the cleanest. Not exactly the cleanest race. Looking back at it, a lot of contact and a lot of messy maneuvers from up and down the grid. There we go. A bit of a shame, but nonetheless, a fantastic race for everyone involved, and an absolutely glorious win for Stephen Carey. That is exactly how you run a race weekend. Total time was 1 hour, 2 minutes, 58 seconds, .809, and absolutely no one was able to touch him the entire time. He was the only one in the 1 minute 22s as well. It looks like no one wants to talk to me tonight, by the looks of it. I can totally understand that. Unfortunately, we are at the liberties of the drivers to want to talk. So, I will say, after that fantastic race, good night from me. Good night from Apex Online. Good night from Apex Online Racing. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like and drop a subscribe in that little box as well. Oh, actually, we have a Ticklewish Pickle Wickle who is ready for interview. I'm not really surprised, actually. Can I actually get to him? Yeah, I can. Yay! 3rd place. That'll do. As he gets himself off push to talk. Or not. Yeah, mate. Oh, no, he went. Where did he go? There we go. Right. It seems like he is... Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Really hoping that he reappears, because I would love to talk to him, because that was a pretty hairy race for him at the best of times. And a successful one as well. I can't see him. What's that? Enton is ready for interview as well. Fantastic to see. They're all just yeah. Where is Enton? Enton is muted in there. Hang on, what's happened to Ticklish Pickle Wiggle? Let's try that again. Okay, right. So we've got Enton and Ticklish Pickle Wiggle both willing to listen and talk to us. And drag him into... Did he just disappear again?
I'm here.
Oh no, you are here. Fantastic.
Yeah. Sorry, my Discord is doing some weird stuff sometimes when I change channels.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I
okay.
can't hear people talking.
Ah, right. Okay, no, that's absolutely fine. It was, yeah, that was a bit of an eventful evening, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I was doing quite well until I missed my pit box. I don't know if you caught that on camera.
I did catch that. No, but I did say when in the commentary as well. You had the first pit box, which is never a good thing. But in this track, it's especially penalising because, I mean, how are you going to get enough lock on to get to that pit box?
And exactly, like I'm racing on a single screen, just a 24-inch. So
you didn't even see it.
Yeah, exactly. It was like out of my point of view, right? Yeah, and at that I was going, through basically a hairpin, so I couldn't really see anything at all. So yeah, I turned in where the pit boxes were, and I looked at my rearview mirror, and it just saw my box.
There. Oh.
Yeah, and I immediately just went reverse and just I am probably lost like 10 or so seconds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No. The reason, I was gonna say, like, the reason that is absolutely the reason why you lost that second place. But you can't blame yourself for that. That was absolutely, you had no opportunity really of getting to that box. Like, you're always gonna have issues there.
Yeah, and I didn't actually realize that in the quali either, because I mean I never actually realized that the sort of the pit area is actually pretty short.
Yeah.
Like, compared to most tracks.
Yeah.
So yeah. So when I looked and when I was like in my pit box in quali, it didn't really seem like I was like first, but apparently I was. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it was just out of my hands. I couldn't really do anything about it. So.
No, that's as you say. You did everything that you had to do on track at least.
Yeah, obviously, and and then I caught up to Laguna Seca, and we were just so equal on pace. I just couldn't overtake him.
Yeah.
I would like caught up to him, and then he would like go away again, and then I would catch up to him again. So.
Yeah. Just the ebb and flow of the racetrack playing to your strengths.
Yeah, exactly. So. But I mean, considering that little mishap in the pits, quite satisfied with the.
No, absolutely. So you should be. And it's not going to do your championship hopes any hurt at all, is it?
No. I mean, like 8 rounds to go, so still a lot to play for here. Nothing is really close.
No, absolutely. And what are we looking forward to next time out? I'm significantly closer to the threads this time.
Something American, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Come on, where's the calendar? Where is the calendar? Oh, right, race calendar. Oh, the formats change every time. Right, next we have Texas Road Course. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be in the wet as well. So.
Yeah. I'm not even aware of what Texas Road Course is. See.
Well, yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with the either, so.
No,
I've raced like a couple of times, sir, but not. I can't really remember it off the top of my head. Now that, you mentioned.
No, the round after that, however, will be Sonoma. Now that's a track.
That's a great track. That's actually one of my favorites. I love that track.
Absolutely. No, no, no. I've got memories from years back of playing Gran Turismo on it, and it's like, what is this track? It's amazing. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah. It's a great
you,
track.
yeah, you had my jealousy tonight, being able to take on Laguna Seca, and you'll definitely have my jealousy going to Sonoma.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. But satisfied with the race? Looking forward
Yeah,
to carrying it on?
definitely.
Brilliant.
Hope so. Yeah, hopefully. Uh,
Fantastic.
yeah, putting on a pretty good. It's going pretty well right now, I would say. So
Yeah, good.
hopefully I can keep that up for the.
Yeah, keep the Janetta family happy.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Right, I will catch you next time, and I hope you have a
Yep.
lovely week, mate.
You too, mate.
See you in a bit. And we will grab Enton as well, who had, it seems like he had a bit of a mixed bag of a race tonight. Oh, he's abandoned us as well. Oh, it appears Discord is having a nice one. Never mind. We will drag MKB MSI into the room. How are you doing, mate? How was that? Hello? Oh, is he still in here? Discord's having a great time tonight.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Sweaty?
I can well imagine. So, which driver are you in game? Are you the Russian one that I can't pronounce?
Wait a minute, I have to fix my Discord somehow.
Oh, okay. Try Control R. That normally fixes most things. It just reloads it. See if you can get back in here now. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He is jumping in there. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that better now?
Good job.
Brilliant. Brilliant. That's what we like to hear. So, how was that for you then?
Difficult? I don't know.
Other than sweaty.
Other than sweaty, in the beginning it was quite okay. Then I don't know, somewhere mid-race I experienced a huge lag. At first I didn't even notice it until I think Ticklish was it who said I don't know, I just heard in Discord something like, Carrie, you are around.
Oh yeah.
And I said, what? Oh no, and then I had a huge lag and I thought, okay, disconnection again. But no.
No. In all seriousness, you had us all very, very worried for a while because you were stopped just before the turn in for it. You were in the middle of the track.
Oh, okay.
In between turn 4 and 5.
Oh, I think I experienced it at the start-finish line.
Oh really? Oh
yeah,
man!
All of a sudden I was 2 FPS for like 5 seconds for the whole finish line.
Oh good grief!
Straight. Yeah, but then it worked again.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's even more scary. No. There was there was an enormous lag spike in between 4 and 5, and it was like you were there and then you were teleporting to the other side of the track. I think you almost got to the corkscrew as well.
Oh, I hope I didn't hit someone.
No. Thankfully, I was actually watching you for quite a while because I was just sort of like, oh, is this going to be a disconnect? I really hope it's not because. Yeah, no. It was just. But this race, aside from that, how was it for you? From the outside, it looked like an absolute masterclass. You made it look easy.
Well, for the first half, I think it was pretty easy. But then, after the pit stop, I think I made a lot of mistakes because I was drifting and sliding. Once I almost spun in corkscrew right into the wall, but it was, I don't know, very close.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was hard, but yeah, I think absolutely brilliant.
Good. Absolutely fantastic. And happy with the win?
Yeah, absolutely. The more because my disconnection in last week's race, because yeah, I had pole, I had fastest lap, I was leading for I don't know 17, 18 laps, and then I was disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Playing for 2 or 3 weeks straight, didn't have a single disconnect, nothing. And then last week's race, and now almost again.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Lucky it didn't happen.
No. That's very lucky. It would have been a horrible way to end the evening for the second week in a row as well. But no, it didn't. And next week out, we're going to Texas Road Course. Now, I'm going to have to do some research on Texas Road Course because I've not run it yet.
Same for me. I haven't done a single lap on it.
Well, it's going to be a voyage of discovery for us both.
Yeah, I'm very excited because
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen a single lobby. I think.
No, I'm
online.
I've got to be honest. I don't know how on earth I'm going to commentate over it because I don't know where the overtaking. I know where the overtaking points are for Laguna Seca. I'm okay with that. But yeah, no, Texas Road Course. This is going to be really difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think as well, most drivers haven't done a lot of laps on that track.
That just ups the ante. It's going to make next week's win even better for whoever ends up getting it.
Definitely, yeah. I just hope, I don't know, I can find some good ways to drive there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, but the Lamborghini holding up okay then?
Absolutely brilliant. I don't know, for the first few months in Project Cars I was driving the R8.
Yep.
And I feel like it was spinning too often with no apparent reason. And then I switched to the Lamborghini and I don't know, you can push down the throttle 100% and nothing happens. No understeer, no oversteer.
Oh, that sounds lovely. That does.
Brilliant car.
Good. So we'll be seeing you towards the top of the podium again. Before
I hope so.
before the year's out.
I'm not sure. Because
Cool.
as I said, never done a single lap, and I hope. Yeah, no idea how this will work out. Who's on top? Who's not on top?
No, absolutely. I have no idea. So I'm gonna have to do some laps in my GT3 in my 650S and see what the crack is with it.
Yeah, same.
hopefully there's some decent camera angles at least. But yeah, congratulations on tonight, an absolutely masterful display. If you really want to see me gushing over your driving, then watch the last lap of the race.
All right, I will. Thank you very much.
But yeah, no, very well done, and see you next time out.
Yeah, see you next time. Thank you again.
Have a good evening, man.
Same, and goodbye.
All right. And lastly, hopefully we will try again with Enton, who's currently muted. Are we going to get a microphone? It's looking like Enton is having problems as well. That's a shame. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna... He is not muted. Okay, cool. I think if he's not about, we're gonna have to end it here. I'll give him every opportunity to get back, but for everyone who's watching, thank you very much for watching. As I said before, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to subscribe to the AOR channel. And I have been Eike Sky. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.